see what we got here. See if anybody's beeping yet. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bell Kings Fantasy Football League. It's your man Tony D, aka the Random Multi Broadcast. I got my man 5-Man Rich in the house from the morning coffee on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 0530 and or 0600 in the morning Eastern Daylight Time. Rich, how you doing?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. I'm getting the alerts now. Glad to be here on your broadcast, Bell Kings Fantasy Football. And we're having a great weekend. I hope everybody out there watching, thank you for the replays as far as that goes. And we're into the nitty-gritty of the playoff or the championship games now. You can't call them playoff. It's a championship game weekend.
This, we got a Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, so it's time to get ready. Let me get my background right. What's called this? Fluctuating and fluctuating and all. Okay, that's better. I ain't gonna have a lot. We ain't got but 2 games. The biggest thing I got is Mark Andrews is back, and I do believe I said before when he went on IR, they're saving him for the playoffs, and here we are. I did also notice that Deebo Samuel's back with the 49ers. Controversy as to whether or not he is 100% or not, being that he's coming off an injury. I can't argue that too much, but we're here.
Yeah, we're here nonetheless.
Yeah,
we only have one more week. Next week is the last week, so we're
well, next week's a break and then the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. Okay, the break. That's
we gotta
right.
Look at that schedule.
Okay.
Let me look at that schedule.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Let me see when the Super Bowl is. I want to get my dates right before somebody else tries to say I'm inaccurate and I don't know what I'm talking about and all that other nonsense and madness that a bunch of critics who ain't up here.
I'm just surprised
they got to say about all that. So I'm in all y'all's asses. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just surprised how quick January went as far as that goes. The January,
man.
Yeah.
We've been rolling. The Super Bowl is February 7th through the 14th.
Yeah.
Well, the week of the 7th through the 14th. So, yes, it's normally a break between the championship games and then the Super Bowl. Predictions are still going crazy. The wildest Super Bowl matchup everybody seems to be the most excited about is going to be the Lions and the Ravens. I have to admit, that would be bananas. That would draw ratings. I know we talked about it before. Rich, what are your thoughts? Who's going to make it?
No, that's well. As far as Detroit's concerned, that's a Cinderella. You always love a Cinderella story. It's just like when the March Madness, you're rooting for that team that's always on the outside, and I think this is Detroit. If Detroit, they've gone further than they've ever gone before in so freaking long.
Which means they had a winning season already, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly, Tony. I agree totally as far as that goes.
So I don't think they'll have any loss if they don't make it, but it will be phenomenal if they did make it. I have to. I got to.
Oh God, geez, yeah, that would be.
It would be phenomenal if they make it. It just has to be done for them and for their own favor, in my opinion. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna have a lot. I'll just be damned.
It should be some good football. They're 2 good football teams. They ran the gauntlet.
Yeah. I slept on the Ravens. Didn't think they were going to be where they are right now. Chiefs, I knew it. Bills, I didn't give up on them for the most part. I still remember saying they were back at one point. And
I'm not going to make any more comment on the Bills.
Yeah. I mean, they're here, right? What are you going to say? They're here.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's they're out. My apologies.
Yeah. They if you don't win, you win, you move on. You lose, you go home. And they were already home, so they didn't have that far to travel. But it's disappointment again. But there's hopes that and just to say the few interviews I've seen of the coach, Josh Allen. So you could tell, you can feel their pain, but I think they're looking forward to next year, and I think they're going to be a stronger team next year as far as that goes. But looking at the championship today, we're looking at the Super Bowl, and that's what I'm going to be focusing in on. The Detroit game, like you said, Tony, I think that's going to be a very, very interesting game. And hello, Michael.
We got Michael Bathurst in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He's all over the internet as much as I am. We are on all the other multi-streaming platforms. Mike, how you doing?
Good. I'm very shocked you're doing it today.
No, you're not. Stop it. No, you're not.
Well, there's only 4 teams.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I just don't have the last.
There's other things here. We could talk about your grumpy old man that you don't really care for. I'm just joking.
Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Did you notice he's not employed?
Ryan Clark talked about that. I think it was on First Take. He said people don't want to recruit him or at least have him as a coach. This generation may not deal with him as a coach. Pretty
I
much,
agree.
and in similar terms. I don't dispute him, but he's a Super Bowl winning coach, multiple Super Bowl winning coach. I think it would be ridiculous to not give him an opportunity you have given others when he has more Super Bowls under his belt than some of these franchises. We have to admit that.
He hasn't done much though, buddy, in years, except really piss people off.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's got
It.
six Super Bowls in
No,
20.
no, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but it's. I don't want to be mean,
Go,
but
go.
it's like if you were a recording artist
Mm-hmm,
and you made a whole lot of money in the
mm-hmm,
70s and 80s
mm-hmm,
and you haven't had a hit record since,
mm-hmm.
and you need cutting edge technology to do well. And how well are young millionaires going to respond to an old person? And there's ageism. I go through it in my own life. I know exactly what that's like. So once you're over 50, you're not seen in the same light. You
No,
just
you're
aren't.
not. Being that I'm over 50, I have to agree with you. You do feel a bit of a difference. You don't see the youth the same way that they used to be, and the youth don't see you as being current with the times. Does he have to make some changes and adaptations? I would think so. Does he have enough on his belt to sit down? Absolutely. Does he deserve an opportunity? 100%. I mean, you're looking for new blood, cool. But if you want somebody back office, get him.
Do you know what he'd be great for? Honestly, but I don't think his ego would let him do it. Is be on a team that's a top tier team, but only be the defensive coach because he's still an amazing.
yeah.
He's been head
Yeah.
coach, he's been GM. I don't
No,
think
no,
he'll
but I think that's what he needs. He's 72. I don't know if he can handle the workload anymore. I know
should,
what I'm like at 60. Like
should he be done is a question. Should he be done with it?
No.
maybe
I
he
don't
should
think
take
he's
a
done.
year off. Take a year off and
It looks like he might be because he had to. I thought for sure that Atlanta, from what I was seeing, he was going to get hired there, and he didn't. And like you were saying, Mike, it's a different coaching style now as far as that goes. There's more. It's analytics, and Bill Belichick represents a lot of the old guard way. I don't know how much he used with the analytics and stuff, but that seems to be the flavor and stuff like that. So. Maybe not this year, maybe next year. I don't know. We were just before coming on looking at the coaches. The only two vacancies right now is Washington and the Panthers, I believe.
Yeah. Now, I think Washington would be smart. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago as well. He's been around. I think he'll fit in. I think he's going to require a lot of discipline. From what I remember from previous Super Bowls, he requires a lot of discipline from his players. So if you're not disciplined, you won't work under his system. I also want to say a little bit of adaptability. Being that it worked for Brady and is not working for everybody else, he's got to find somebody who's able to make things work. And we talked about that before. Didn't you say Aaron Rodgers had a bit of an which word is it? Respect for Belichick?
Oh yeah. There was an interview that he, from his words, his mouth, he has very. I mean, it was through the roof on this interview on ESPN. I don't know what that guy is on the afternoon there and he wasn't supposed to be on, but he was on. He waited over almost 10 minutes after the Patriots beat him so he could congratulate Tom Brady. And Aaron telling that, and I'm not really an Aaron Rodgers fan, but when he was saying that, it's like, wow, that's something you don't see. And when you hear it from him, he was just like very high respects for him.
Belichick and Aaron Rodgers on the same squad. Can you imagine that?
that's a lot of ego.
I would think isn't Tom Brady is he getting financially involved in the Raiders?
That's what I heard. There's rumor.
If Tom Brady was to hire Belichick as a defensive coach, like you were saying, that would be phenomenal.
Goes to the Raiders with Brady.
Now, will Brady play again?
No, he's done.
No.
He's done.
He's done.
He's done.
He's gonna own a team, and just like Magic Johnson there for the Washington team.
I was about to say Michael Jackson.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would like to see how that could be done, but Yeah.
Freudian slip there, I guess, right, Tony? I'm sorry.
Get you, Rich.
You give me, I full responsibility.
That was a good one.
Oh Lord.
No, I mean,
hey, I'm 65. Okay, we're throwing ages out there.
There's cobwebs. I know. I get it.
Team that's
I get it.
hurting or seeking to see a postseason should get him. Honest. If you're looking to make it to the postseason, get him. If you've got a team, get him. If you require discipline on your team, get him. I'm not even a big fan of Belichick. I hate the Patriots. I can't stand them. But he's got the rings.
Do you like the Cowboys?
I didn't really care. I tell you, I don't like using the H word, but I disliked Andy Reid when he was with Philly. I could not stand him.
Right.
But when he's on a different team, I love the guy.
He's a different guy now, though. He's grown. He has actually said he's grown since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I guess they rushed him out. It wasn't good. But he's doing great now. They say, though, if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid probably wouldn't have had the stardom that he's had. That in some ways, they took him from a 7 and made him a 10 by having the right quarterback. Yes. And that's kind of what happened with Brady and Belichick. Is that they were the perfect team together for a while in a little zone.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, but only okay. But think about this: six championships. Yes, that's awesome. Over 20 years, what will Patrick Mahomes do in 20 years? It'll be more than 6, and I would not be shocked if we figure out somehow how he wins again this year. It wouldn't blow my mind.
What about isn't there a different environment though when you look at that time frame compared to the current time frame, and you look at where the game is going? Do you think that might be a factor in that though?
Oh, it's a totally different game. I think most of the players that play now would easily be stars in the old league.
Yeah.
And in the old league, there'd only be a handful of guys that would be fast enough. See, back then, if you were big enough and mean enough, you could have a position. But now, if you're slow, there's a lot of insanely bright people who coach now, and they have everything down to a percentage, and the conditioning and the money. The money now is insane,
unreal, unfreaking real.
Like, there are broadcasters making $15 million a year being a broadcaster. Think about that. That should be you. Yeah. Or 1.5 million. You're not greedy. You'll take 1.5.
I'm not greedy. I'll take $1 million.
No.
I'm not greedy. I'll take $1
Give
million.
me 10%. I'm happy.
I could travel to different cities with $1 million.
You would. You'd be dangerous. I know that. We talked about this before. But I was watching a wonderful show, guys, on Twitch. And it was a whole bunch of UK guys that loved the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my God, their insights were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to somehow get in touch with them and get them to come on our show, 1 or 2 of them. It would be great.
Sure.
Are you open to that?
I'm always open to talking to people, especially when we're covering the topic we're all familiar with. That's how you do this.
Yeah, it would be an interesting take on someone from over in Great Britain or the UK there to, because they're just, when they have the games, it's obvious they got a full packed house here when they do play over there this past season, and they get their perspective. And because there's certain teams like, was it the Carolina or the Jacksonville Cougars?
Yes.
When they go over, or not, who's Jacksonville? Jaguars. Okay.
What the hell is on your mind?
I have no idea.
But the Jaguars,
when they go, I've done. It must have been that I had a slice of breakfast pizza this morning, Michael.
What is that? What is breakfast pizza? What is that?
Oh, it's loaded. If you love,
do y'all see what I got to deal with these two?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But anyway, Jacksonville, when they go overseas, they could be in the visiting spot, but they're the whole team. You look at the crowd; they all have the jerseys on and stuff like that. So that's an impact and a culture that's primarily, they've got the real football, the soccer, and the rugby, especially over there in the UK. So they're really drawn to that. So to have somebody like you're saying, Michael, come over on this broadcast and get in a box and we can pick their brain as far as a viewer from a European perspective, I think would be really cool.
I owe you an apology, Brian. I do owe you an apology.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Brian, I am sorry, and I'm saying it live on camera.
You've been sitting there for a while, or what? For 15 minutes, you've been sitting there, Brian?
I had to send it to 4 or 5 different locations. And I forgot about the one I got to send yours on. I can't do it like I used to do it before, so that is my fault. And why are you up in here looking like you just came from a rave concert trying to do an impersonation of the Rock?
What are you talking about?
Look at your hair. What in God's name?
My hair.
Cheap as crap. You like Roman Reigns after he retired. What are you doing up here?
We're happy to see you, Brian. Don't listen to him. We're very fortunate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian. He is the original co-host of the show. Brian, how you doing? We're talking about the competition.
I woke up like 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, all right, I'm just trying to get it all awake and everything. Go down, have my little hot chocolate with marshmallows and everything, and I'm looking at the time. I'm going, something's not right. And then that's why I sent the text like, hey, are we live today? And all of a sudden, I'm getting all these emojis. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I sent them all types of crazy face. I'm like, are we what? Are we what? Are we who? What weekend is this? What are you talking about?
I didn't think we'd have anything to talk about, but that's great.
Mike's going to find something to talk about. But before Mike continues, excuse me.
My picks are Baltimore and Detroit.
That's good. Baltimore, Detroit, good. Anything you want to talk about as far as the games, the teams, or the games that we got today? Everything specifically today before we start everything else.
I mean, the only thing I guess I'm going to know is who's hungrier. And I mean, I know Detroit is very, very hungry.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why I'm wearing the blue today.
Yeah. No, I agree with your picks, Brian. I'm the same way. Those are my picks also this week, as far as just to get that out there.
Now, as for the actual Super Bowl itself,
we ain't there yet. I ain't gonna lie. We'll see. Dream match for the Super Bowl. I think that would be money for everybody. Is Detroit, Baltimore. I think that'll be money. I think that'll be a lot of hype for a lot of sports fans. We all want to see somebody get one they haven't gotten before, unless you hate that team. And honestly, I gotta say, Lamar's got something to prove by getting to the Super Bowl and then winning. Kansas City's already been there. They got one. San Francisco's already been there. They're one of the legacy teams in the NFL as far as championships. So Detroit, Baltimore, I think, will be a phenomenal. Let's go to the bar. Let's broadcast. Let's live stream. Let's turn on all our damn social media apps and everybody show everybody everywhere enjoying this shit. That is money.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
now that we finish everything else? Yes, Mike, we could talk about it.
No, but that's the one thing that is really interesting to me is if you go player by player.
Yes.
And you look at the depth of what the Ravens have over other teams.
Pause.
It's insane what they have. Like they have 3 running backs.
You know what? You brought this up before. Let's look at these.
Wait.
They have Gus Edwards. They have Gus Edwards.
Yeah, Gus
Edwards. They call him Gus the Bus.
Yes, they had 2.
Right. They have Justice Hill.
There you go. Come on.
Who is phenomenal.
He's used for receiving.
He's the rookie, right?
No.
But he's a running back. He's a running back.
He's a running back, but they use him a lot for the receiving.
Yes.
Let me look at this. Hold on, because they had 2.
Now, and I have a question for those who love the New York Jets.
Take your time.
We have a person who may end up with a Super Bowl ring.
Carmen.
Even though they were on the Jets, and his name is Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So they have 3 running backs. And
no injuries, right, Mike? There's no injuries on them.
No, they're all good. And Dalvin Cook has a rich history with several of the players since high school.
I didn't know
the
that.
Ravens. Yes,
that's very phenomenal information. I didn't know that. Now, they also had 2 running backs who were hurt during the season that were out. Have they returned? Would be my question. It was Keaton Mitchell, I think, got hurt, and what's the other running back's name? Yeah, Gus Edwards, Keaton Mitchell. Hang on. Melvin Gordon III. He's there.
Yeah.
He's a
Yes.
veteran running back. He used to be on the Chargers, I believe,
Yes.
right? Oh, the Broncos. He used to be on the Broncos. Melvin Gordon III, Keaton Mitchell. You got
So even if they run the ball, Tony, think about
Gus
this. Let's
Edwards.
say they run the ball 3
Yeah.
times, pass 1, they'll burn up the clock, and nobody will beat them. And they are so physical. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
And also, too, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is back.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just telling him about that. I was just telling Rich about that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who affectionately known as the sympathy blanket.
He is the number 3 tight end in the NFL.
He is so loved. He is so loved by the
George
team.
Kittle, Travis
Yeah.
Kelce,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews.
I can
Number
see
3.
George Kittle as number 3.
No. Number 1. 1 and 2 is Travis Kelce and George Kittle.
I mean, if you look at fantasy points, it's always been Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews.
No Kittle.
Well, I is 1 and 2, but I'm saying Kittle's like 3.
Kittle and Kelce were 1 and 2 off the rip. Mark Andrews came up this season. I'll give you some of that, but he's number 3. Carmen, you were acting. But that's fun. I like that, Carmen, having fun with it. Cool. Kittle and Kelce, duration-wise, tight end ranking-wise, Mark Andrews number 3 behind them. Now, if you want to go for this season, I might give you that, but he also got hurt.
No. Even like last year, the year before that, because every year on fantasy football, I've always had Mark Andrews, and he's never let me down.
But how were they ranked? Will be my question.
I mean, as far as I know, because like when they were talking about the top 2 tight ends, like George Kittle's like 3rd or 4th talk. But it's always been number 1 and number 2. So it's been Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews.
I have to see.
Brian, what do you think about Isaiah Likely? Because he has
Isaiah
been
Likely is very good. He's very talented.
So think about it.
He was great in Carolina after Greg Olsen retired.
Yeah,
But
and
he
he's
doesn't-
been
but
great
he
this
doesn't-
year, filling in.
Yeah,
Right.
And he doesn't get enough credit that he should get.
And they have great leadership. You know, Roquan Smith, I think I'm saying that right, is a beast of a man, and he is one of the great leaders. And I've been following them all year, and they have one of the most dynamic lockers, like the locker room banter and craziness and just insane energy. The Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, I think they have one of the best coaches in John Harbaugh.
They do.
And he was doing the Humpty dance. I don't know if you saw that, and he cut his wrist, and then he got his blood from his wrist onto his head, and
right.
Yeah, I think if they are, for me, hands down the favorite to win. I would love to see who like emotional strings, guys. Who do you want to win? Not logic.
Detroit.
They've never been.
Who do you want to win is the question?
Yeah, emotion. Like a heartfelt thing.
Yeah.
Detroit.
I'm going to stick with my original. I think it's going to be 49ers. And then I'm going to have to put Kansas City should be there.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit and the Ravens, we want to see it. Honestly, we want to see it. It's supposed to be San Francisco and Kansas City, but we want to see Detroit and the Ravens.
Yeah, but we've been there before, Tony. As far as with San Francisco, as far as they're top dog and they get into maybe not the well. I think they've done it before in an NFC championship. They just implode. You expect them to win, and they just they didn't even show up.
Well, last season they had the quarterback issues. They don't have any issues this season.
No.
They really don't. And they only. I mean, Christian McCaffrey. I was just looking at their roster: Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, Brock Purdy. Kittle's healthy.
I'm just saying, and just going back to you look back on the history of the last several years, even going back to Atlanta when they were in the Super Bowl. They had the quarterback, they had the team, they were up by like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
28
Patriots come like ball bangers, and they end up winning it.
Fatigue. The 49ers they don't have the injuries, they don't have the issues they had last season. Yeah. I think we got to go ahead and acknowledge that, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with my original. The 49ers should be there. They should be there. Detroit got
But that could be. I think that's the tall tale right there. That graphic right there. What Michael said, as far as
Yeah, I like this, but Purdy's been getting so much disrespect this year,
Yes, he has.
and he doesn't deserve it, considering he is still one of the top tier. I think quarterbacks. He's in the top 5. I believe that. I think Jared Goff is a solid quarterback, but we really only have 2 solid, I think, really solid quarterbacks in Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes.
I disagree.
And
I disagree. And I got to add Jared Goff as a solid quarterback. I think he's doing great since he's been in the league. Nothing against what you're saying, Mike. Honestly, no joke. Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, I remember when they both got drafted, I kind of kept my eyes on the both of them. Carson Wentz had a lot of injury issues. Jared Goff just had victory issues, if you will. You know what I'm saying? He's been active. He's been pretty relevant on whatever squad he's in. I think he may have had, 1 or 2 bad seasons? But now look at the position he's in with the team that he's on. That was one of the worst teams in the NFL, and now they're about to be in the conference championship game.
that's a valid point.
Just being honest.
No, that's a valid point. Is he a game changer, or is he a game manager?
We're going to see, because it depends on the team he's on. I thought he was doing good with the Rams till they went down. Now look at what he's doing with Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be the system more than the player. Matt Stafford was doing good with Detroit, but they couldn't get through playoffs. Then he got to the Super Bowl with the Rams. Now he's still somewhat relevant with this team, but he's making it good as a quarterback. Jared Goff is good as a quarterback. I don't see a problem with him. I really don't. I didn't see one with Carson Wentz. Matter of fact, Carson Wentz.
Do you think him and Purdy have enough around them supports to win? Everybody in the room. Do you think those 2 quarterbacks have enough? I think Detroit's offense is incredibly underestimated. All the weapons they have. They have a lot of. They're really good at running the ball. And
right now, offensive-wise, I think it might be the best offense they've had in a while, based on the numbers.
Truly the best offense. I mean, because like on my other NFL league, I had David Montgomery, I had Amon St. Brown, and I had Sam Laporta. And all of them were like high numbers and everything. I mean, like, they are on a roll. They do have a great supporting cast. So,
and Jahmyr Gibbs yeah, like he is going to be, I think, if he can stay healthy, one of the most exciting players, I think, in the NFL that we'll see, because he can stop on a dime. That's one of the weird things about Lamar Jackson. He moves like a highly skilled back.
Yeah. I mean, they're comparing Jackson's style play to Michael Vick.
Yeah. It's good to have you back, Brian. It's good to have you back. It is. We missed you. It's been a while, buddy.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's nice. Have you been spending a lot of time with this lady behind you here, or is that what's been filling up your calendar?
Yeah, it's one of the. I just like took that photo because it's in my storage, but it's like one of the pictures I bought when I was in Oahu.
It's beautiful.
I thought it was pretty nice.
We got Ted Hicks in the house.
There he is. There he is.
He's awake. He's awake. What's up, Ted?
Good to see you, Ted. Ted, the question we just asked was, do you think that, Purdy pretty good? No, that's mean. Is Brock Purdy and Jared Goff enough to win?
They have to be enough because both of them in the conference championships.
No, I mean to take it all the way, buddy.
Yes, they are. We're about to find out today. We're about to find out today.
I think any 4 of them, it's going to be, it might be full of surprises, or else it might be the same path that we're talking about here, that everybody, because right now, NFL says, NFL picks Chiefs to upset Ravens in Championship Sunday. Will the Lions or 49ers earn a berth? And then over on CBS, they have the Chiefs 2 points more as far as to win over Baltimore. I don't see that happening. I think Baltimore is going to win it as far as that game. I just
have you guys seen the conspiracy thing on the colors of the?
Yes.
Yeah, because everybody's saying Baltimore and San Francisco.
Yeah, and if you look at the other years, the colors they need, they're in there.
coincidence.
So is this people who are intuitive making these backdrops, or is it just?
I mean,
You
it's
tell
a great
us, Mike. You're the intuitive guy here, so
it's a great observation though.
yeah.
It's scary because they're correct if you use the, and they even say the one that's on the lower spectrum of wins.
That could be a Rod Sterling Twilight Zone episode.
Well, if you take it that way, the Ravens win the whole thing. If you look at the color schemes that they're talking about, but everybody's seen it. Okay, that
Yeah,
I just thought
everybody
that
was
was.
like, thinking it was like Tampa Bay and Baltimore because of like the colors.
Yeah. Weren't we talking about the colors several weeks back, though? I think you brought that up, Michael, I believe. You as far as that goes, it was like at the halfway point or something like that with the colors.
I just thought it was strange. All the teams that I like were the same colors.
Oh, okay.
And including, but the one year where Tom Brady won,
it was in the.
It was in there, and it's a weird color. It was an orangey. Yeah, strange.
It is. It is.
You okay? There, our fearless leader.
Oh, I'm here. Yes, I'm just letting you know.
He's letting us go.
Now, are you in the midst of texting?
Why, Mike? Am I distracting you?
Are you multitasking in your own broadcast, sir? Okay.
But just to let you know, CBS on the other side there, they got 49ers 34-31. So I think we're going to have some great football on these four. I think I remember last weekend I said the playoffs. That's good football, but I guess it's part of the season fatigue and stuff like that. I think overall the football's been great this season, and I think today is going to be two great championships and stuff like that. And Ted says, yes, we seriously need to stop discounting Gerard, Thomas, Golf, and Purdy. These guys make it to the conference field finals. No more game manager discussion. So, yeah, they're at the top of the game. So it's just
they're at the top of their divisions.
Divisions.
We got to acknowledge that about them. And I know what you're saying, Mike, about Golf. I give you all that, but I've kept my eye on him.
Yeah.
Well, as one of the new younger quarterbacks that came in over the past 5-10 years, if you will. Him and Carson Wentz, that's pretty good. If Carson Wentz wasn't getting hurt, I don't think he'd be an issue. Golf has been doing good. And look at where he's at with Detroit. Detroit was one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
The worst. Never really won a playoff game. And now they're about to be in the conference championship with a quarterback that a lot of people did write off. Which is what brought up the question you brought. A lot of people wrote Jared Goff off.
Yeah.
Can we have a score from you? I know you don't like doing it, but our scores that we did last week.
Well, you'll get a score from me when I get you to stay on topic, but you're doing pretty good. I'll give you Detroit. And
we're on topic. We're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not topic.
We're talking about football.
49ers in Detroit.
We're talking about the outcome of several games, 2 of them, in fact. Do you think in any way that this will come down, guys, to fumbles?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that'll determine a game right there. Yes.
Yeah, fumbles, special teams, interceptions.
Special teams will be a factor. There's gonna be a lot of 3-and-outs going on.
Field goal kickers.
Why, Brian? Why a lot of 3-and-outs?
I mean, because like if you have 2 top defenses and 2 strong offenses, to go back to last week when the first half of Houston and Baltimore, it was a chess match between both defenses and both offenses. However, the outcome, be it as it may. However, you did see a lot of 3-and-outs on both sides because of the defenses, and so I think it's going to come down to special teams.
I think it'll come down to defenses.
I believe it's running game. I think it's going to be so much about running game, especially. I think Detroit, if they're going to win, guys, they're going to do it almost the same way that Green Bay did. Green Bay literally were able to tear up the field with the 49ers, and a lot of people were quite shocked at that, and how much yardage they were giving up. And
If
I don't know if you go ahead.
49ers had a couple of injured players. When they came back, the game changed. McCaffrey was hurt. Deebo Samuel went down. When McCaffrey came back, big change in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that was an impression that I did catch.
You got five Lions that are on the injured list, and then there's I'm looking at 1, 2, 2 on 49ers are questionable. So the injuries are more on the Lion side than the 49ers on that particular game.
Gotcha. Appreciate that. Go ahead, Mike. I know I cut you off. My apologies.
That's okay. You're a passionate guy. I get it. I've bulldozed you a couple million times. I totally get it. Is the conspiracy, you think, also in this graph here, guys? Do you see something I'm seeing here? Have a look. And something that our friend had favoritism with.
Why is Mahomes in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And why is Mahomes the biggest?
Because he's got the championships over the other three.
Okay. And
that's a good point. Okay, there we go. It's like,
but I'm seeing a lot of purple.
Oh, stop it.
I'm seeing a lot of purple and I'm seeing a lot of red.
Yeah, if they're heading there, they got Purdy and Golf up front. Is that the prediction that those are the two teams that'll make it?
Well, wait.
Oh, they can't. No, they can't. Yeah, okay.
There's very little blue in there. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And the only star is red. See this?
That's because the Las Vegas sign is that.
Yes, that is the Las Vegas sign. And
Las
Vegas looks like that at night.
As a frequent visitor of Las Vegas, I can vouch for that. And on top of that, the mountains are kind of purple in the background.
Yes,
so when the sun goes down, it does get purple
like
skies.
Really?
So
Wow.
I will vouch for that.
I like that. That's
as
good,
a frequent visitor of Vegas,
good.
yes.
Rich, you used to live out there. You know about this, right?
Who used to live?
Do you find it hard to?
No, my sister lives out in Phoenix. She lives out in Phoenix, and I talked with her last night. Matter of fact, and she doesn't care about football
at all.
No, she lives in Arizona, and as far as that goes, her one son, he's getting ready to retire from the Air Force. He actually he was a big time Carolina fan. Now he's a St. Louis Cardinal fan or Arizona Cardinal. Yeah. As far as on the injury side, just real quick, the Chiefs there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 compared to 6 on the Ravens as far as according to CBS
and key
NFL.
Players.
I think Ted, what you said about this being Lamar's big chance he won't get a better opportunity. I think he'll get more.
Yeah.
The thing is,
he's got to do it now, though, Tony.
He stayed healthy all season. He stays healthy all season. He's fine.
No, I get that, but he's not going to get a better team. He's not going to get the stars aligned better than. No, it's stacked. His team is so stacked with,
So are the 49ers.
Not like this. No, I disagree.
Okay.
If Deebo is not healthy, he is such a force. He is almost like. I'm trying to think of what that would be like. That would be like. Let me think here. The Chiefs losing Travis Kelce. That's what it's like. And if anything, he's more gifted than Travis is. Sorry,
I think Kelce's coming. I think he's going to retire soon.
And why is that, sir?
Because Taylor said so.
No.
Did you talk to her again last week, Brian? Were you in a text again?
No.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
So you think she wears the pants? Is that what you're saying? She's in charge? Well, you know what? She's a powerful woman. She's one of the most powerful people in the world. No doubt about it.
Travis, I have nothing to do with these two and their shenanigans. Nothing. God bless. I'm glad you're happy. We're jealous that you got a billionaire girlfriend and we don't. And every woman should be jealous that she has a pro Super Bowl football player as a boyfriend and they don't. Other than that, I don't care. Godspeed.
No, but Ted's making great points here. They have never been a weaker team, and just like Fireman Rich said here, they are injured beyond your wildest dreams right now.
Injuries could be a factor, but we're talking about the elements of the game. One element we forgot, and it hits home for me with the Buffalo Bills, and we've seen it many times. Kicking. I don't think the kicking, the conditions, we've seen it both sides. Worst condition, they're able to make it.
Yeah.
Ideal conditions, they fumble, they mess it up. And
Justin Tucker's backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Justin Tucker can boot a 65, a 55.
And we've seen many a game this season where turnovers were the crucial point, where if that team did not turn over the ball that many times, they would have won it.
So let's, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but let's say they get to Brock Purdy and they hurt him. Is Sam Darnold enough?
No.
To get them through?
It's been proven already. No, it's been proven already. No.
Right.
It's been proven already, and I like Sam Darnold.
Big talking.
Go ahead and get him.
Do we need to wrap this up, buddy? Is your buddy?
I'm all right.
Good.
Right.
He's good.
He's all right. He's all right. I'll try to make sure he was straight before I came on. Want to say hi?
We have. Can we address one thing that's kind of football, but it's also life?
Put your hand a little higher. There you go. He says hi.
Hey, great hair man, saying hello.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Jason. A lot of these guys now have been in the trenches for 5 months.
Right.
They've been climbing up the mountain.
Right.
They have been on the hype train.
Right.
Since the beginning.
Right.
Many of us have had heartache that are from Texas. We know what it's like to lose a Tank Dell, a Nico Collins, a CJ Stroud, where people that we love. The Cowboys are still crying in the streets.
Oh my God.
They'll recover.
Bill.
Hey, and look at here. We have the Miami Dolphins on his shoulder. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey,
Gray Hair Man. Remember Gray Hair Man?
Gray Hair Man. There he is. What are you most disappointed about this? Everybody, if you could speak on this, Brian. What are you most disappointed on this season?
I'm actually not. As far as like the Texans go, I'm really not. I mean, after the last 3 or 4 years of just complete, bullshit.
Right.
But with one big major turnaround and the whole change in atmosphere and the culture, I'm pretty satisfied. As far as they come, as far as they did go this year, it gives me a lot of optimism. Well, I'm very hopeful, but it's just huge. It speaks volumes of culture and environment can do.
What do you think of the coaching? I'm shocked that someone hasn't tried to nip him up.
Who?
D'Amico Ryans.
Yes, sir.
Houston's not gonna let him go. Tell him.
No, we loved it. We loved him even when he was a player. We were sad to see him go, but we understand it's a business.
It is a business, yes, and like Michigan should feel bad about Harbaugh leaving.
And
I think they knew. I think they saw the writing on the wall with him, though. Because
I could agree to that, but still, he just got them a championship that they've been waiting for.
Yeah, he's what else? He's going to be like the guy from Alabama who's finally retired. The one thing that is missing from Hallbuck's repertoire is the Super Bowl. And I think that's what he's. I think with the Chargers, he'll definitely change that team around.
Now that's a tough list right there, Mike.
Isn't that a great list, guys?
That's a tough list.
Yeah, like all these guys, since I've been watching film on John, just the way that he handles his players, I am over the moon with him in the sense of his coaching ability. He's almost like an uplifting guru,
right?
And I didn't know that until I watched the film on him. Kyle is kind of dry like toast in the room.
Dry
he tries.
Like the man said, y'all, dry like toast.
Dry like toast. Dan Campbell could be an action star. He's so over the top. But he was in tears. He was in tears when they won. Oh, you got to go?
No, just hang on 1 second.
Sure. What do you think of this list, Brian?
I'm cool with it. I mean, Steven Stefanski, I mean, he did a great job with Cleveland, turned them around. Kyle Shanahan, he did great when he was the offensive coordinator for the Texans, and then he did great for Atlanta, lead them to the Super Bowl when he was with Atlanta against New England. I mean, he's a very good, he's very, very bright. D'Amico, I mean, my little clip would validate for D'Amico.
You and your clips.
Harbaugh, I mean, like, the man's really good. I mean, like,
you and your clips.
I like his clips.
It's a short. Calm down. Relax.
Short is less than 2 minutes.
It's a short. Relax.
You and your clips.
Dan Campbell, huge turnaround with Detroit. I mean, this is the best.
Somebody who was there.
Go ahead, play it. Go ahead, play it.
Especially for somebody who was there when they weren't relevant. I got to give him that. He was on that 0-16 team. He needs to be celebrating, honestly. Here we go, y'all. Jesus Christ.
Superstar.
You feel it instantly. Like, I'm standing there in a team meeting. I'm like, oh, what do I say to these? Like, everybody locked in, ready to go. Like,
it's on a team meeting?
Yeah.
Great job.
The first one. I'm talking about Tuesday, how locked in everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
This is one lifetime opportunity, man. We got what we need in the locker room.
Let's go. You know? One at a time like we've been doing, man. It's special. You feel it, dog. Yeah. You know that you feel it.
That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, he relates to his players. He relates to his players. Your list here, Dan Campbell's probably going to win, being if they get to the Super Bowl. Harbaugh's already been there. D'Amico Ryan said.
When is it announced?
The night before. It's known like that Saturday night.
Oh, is it? Is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday night before the big game.
Okay. That makes
sense.
The
only thing I have a problem with that list, if you look
Sure.
at all those coaches,
yeah.
There's one coach, and I know you don't like him, Mike, but the data is the truth that Sean McDermott for the Buffalo Bills has a higher winning percentage than any one of those coaches. Just for the record.
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff this year. I think that hurt him.
Well, I think you look at what the performance is. He's got.
So you're happy with him? You would keep him?
I think he's a great guy. I'm telling you, the folks up here, they love him. As far as
the
that
Buffalo
goes,
coach.
The New York, they love him. Buffalo.
Yeah.
He had one mistake. He's more than apologized, and I think it's just like he's taking responsibility for that comment that he made.
And it was a while ago.
Well, but I'm just saying people are still lingering on that. But you look at what he's done, and the people in the community love the man. Okay,
that's good.
That's the missing thing as far as you're talking about all these other coaches and stuff. They're great coaches. Okay, but Sean McDermott, he's as great a coach as any one of those people on that list, and his record will show that. He has a He has a winning percentage during the regular season higher than any one of those coaches, and the data's right there.
I haven't heard anything negative about him as a coach. I've heard more negative stuff about Josh Allen's play than I've heard.
I'm not talking about opinions. I'm just saying, look at his winning record, okay?
Because that's the record solidified. That's what I'm questioning.
As far as that goes, we talk about Belichick. Oh, he's down and out. He's grumpy, but you got to respect, and the respect is still there. Aaron Rodgers, a guy I don't really respect, but I have to respect him now because I look at where he's throwing it. That's what counts is actual data, not opinions and feelings and stuff like that. You look at all the former greats. They look at Vince Lombardi. Okay. Yeah. And that's all I got to say. It's just like, I guess I got triggered by that picture or that last graph.
No, but that's good. That's good.
So,
can we talk about this character for a minute here?
That's passion.
Here you go. I hear this guy is a total tyrant and a perfectionist and burns people out. But wherever he goes, he wins.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here's the crazy part. Let me throw this in here. Same thing to say about Belichick. Same thing. But
Well,
Yeah,
he
but he
this
has a current record of winning,
yeah
though, bud.
yeah.
Very
Well,
current.
Belichick has been on the same team for a number of years and stuff. So I
And
think
he's not 72.
well, I don't think he.
Yeah, and then
How old is
and then on top of that, like from what I've heard from other people when they talk about Jim Harbaugh, it's like he's very he demands everything out of the team because he goes once he demands and they deliver, look at the end result. I mean, you
Yes.
look at Michigan. I mean, look when he was with the 49ers. Look, 49ers hadn't been in the Super Bowl since Steve Young, and then look what happened there. But then when he left, boom, like San Francisco just became mediocre until Kyle Shanahan came along.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm about to say.
So, but the thing about it is, I mean, think about it. No one really knew who Colin Kaepernick was till Harbaugh. But then after Harbaugh, he's an afterthought.
He was an afterthought. That's true.
You sound like a fan, Brian. Why?
I sound like a fan.
You sound
Yeah,
like a fan, like
yeah.
you're endorsing him. Because
It's just. I mean, it's
Tony,
just
what is all this?
observation.
What is this? This feels condescending to me.
When he gets
Like I don't feel you're being authentic in this moment.
when he has a full focus, you ought to see that scowl on his face. You see this right here?
Yeah, well, I see the lines in his brow, but okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I mean, but I'm just saying, like Harbaugh demands a lot. I mean, it wouldn't be no different with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning if they were head coach. They demand a lot, and when they demand a lot and they push and push and push, I mean, you see the end result.
Yes.
So,
Brian,
but
would
yeah,
that be your style? If you were a coach, would you demand a lot? You think?
Yeah,
Would you be a slave driver?
not necessarily in that term, but I'll use it as like drill instructor.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you say you have a bit of a militant personality traits?
Yes.
And did you know that Fireman Rich is 6'5"? Did you know that?
Just like Mike Evans.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. There you go. Both superstars and underrated. That's too bad. That's too bad.
No, I'm
You.
not. Don't even come close to being superstar
Oh,
status.
Tina.
Well, to me, you are. That's all that matters.
Let's see, Michael. What do you think about Mike Evans to the New York Jets?
I think it's awesome. But you know what?
Hi,
This is
Tina.
this is what drives me crazy about cheap teams that have the money. I know for a fact, and I've said this all year,
Hey,
the
Tina.
Chiefs had an opportunity to get him, and they didn't want to pay. And that might be the difference between them winning this year and not winning. But I'm very happy for Baker Mayfield because he would have not had the year he had without him.
Are you answering
So-
the question, Mike? Are you answering the question? That's what you're doing.
Or Otten. Or without Otten.
Are you answering this
I-
question, Mike?
You know what? I am so disgusted with the New York Jets right now.
Who is it? Who is it?
I am so
Elementary
beyond
ass answer. Who
the
is it?
the BS train.
Oh my God! Who is it mad at the Jets? Come on, man.
I feel so bad for the players, like the crap that they went through because they were disorganized. And I hope this year people realize you need to have a solid backup, and your backup has to be
Tim
at
Tebow.
least. You are an ass, but that's okay.
Thank you. You are an
Oh, that's funny. You know how he makes his money now? Inspirational speaking all over the world.
That was always there.
Exactly.
That was always.
He's very uplifting. He's motivating. That's what you want out of a team. You want your team to be motivated.
You need someone to be able to throw the ball and make a good decision too.
He can catch it and keep running it.
He was good in his time. He had his moment, you know.
Yeah,
He can still go.
I'm not doing. I'm
Nick
putting
can
it.
still go.
I'm just not. I'm just not. No.
So nobody is mentioned, and I'm a little bit shocked. Maybe you don't care.
We always care.
No, but I'm really shocked because I've been waiting patiently for you guys to bring this up.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, what was the reason he was so good this year, you think?
We don't bring it up because you don't want to worry about Baker Mayfield. But go ahead.
No, hear me out. He has a coach. Do you know that coach's name? Anybody? Anybody in the comments? That'll be the
Oh, I can see him, but I
He-
don't know. I'm not going to
He
name.
is the same coach that has helped several players become world class,
Hmm.
and is now the head coach of the Panthers.
Who?
Oh, come on, guy, right
Todd
there.
Bowles went to the Panthers?
No,
I'm about to say that. Ted, that's what I said. Todd Bowles.
no,
He told me they
no,
went to the Panthers. I'm
no,
going like,
no,
who?
no. The quarterback coach for the Tampa Bay.
Oh, quarterback coach.
Quarterback coach.
Okay.
Okay, he was also the coach for.
That's right, Ted. I did see
You
that.
got it.
Erie Canals. Okay.
I did see that.
Yes.
I did see that.
Did you know that every player that he's heightened
Dave
and made
Canellis?
them better?
Dave Canellis did?
Yes. Do you know
Good.
how many players he's helped? You know,
No,
name a couple players that he's helped. I
I'm
want
not-
to see if
I can't.
I know Fireman Rich knows
What's
because
that?
Fireman Rich has brought it up.
Who's that? What did I bring up?
Come on, you talked about this before. Russell.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Right. Do you know who his quarterback coach was? The guy that just got hired.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that right
Geno
there.
Smith. Do you know when he was doing his best? Guess who his
Okay.
quarterback
The same
coach
guy.
was?
Okay, I see where you're going with this. Okay. Yeah. So there's
Ellis goes to
proof in the
Carolina,
pudding
So
here, right there.
Matthew Stafford, when he was considered nuts and throwing balls everywhere, guess who was his quarterback coach for 2 years?
This guy.
Same guy. He is a world-class coach for. Why in God's name did they not have him with New York?
Who knows? Maybe they didn't have an opportunity to get him.
So if he's going to Carolina, that means he's going to help Bryce Young out. It's going to be good.
That's all it's about.
Yeah.
You got it. See? Look at that. You are more than a pretty face.
Don't call me.
Unbelievable.
Don't call me.
Look at that. No smart ass comment.
I don't
Pretty-
have
pretty.
to. Everybody else does.
You mean Prince Pretty?
Stop that. Stop that.
Look at that. So I think I'm worried about Baker Mayfield now.
I think he's gonna be a better quarterback next year because of his play this year. I think he or else then again we look at Geno.
Yeah, there was a falling off, and
And
look
the same thing with Russell Wilson. I don't know.
Right.
I'm
Right.
curious to see where Russell Wilson goes because
But-
he's definitely going to be leaving.
but they say,
I don't think he's going to stay in the Broncos.
He can.
so do you know how many years they signed our friend for, Dave?
No.
6. How long will he last? How long before the asinine idiot?
Whoa. Dave Canellis is staying with Carolina for 6 years.
6 years they signed him for.
So him and Bryce Young going to run together for 6 years?
How long will it last though? With egotistical, insane.
I think that can work.
I think he's brilliant. I think he'll work for like 2 years and get paid for 6. I think it'll be a wonderful thing for him.
Sounds right.
I just think like if the owner just calms down and just chill out.
I can't
Yeah.
with you, Ted. I can't. Yes, I can't with you, Ted.
Ted, come on up.
Ted's playing. Ted's playing.
Ted,
Ted's
are you coming up?
Ted's playing.
So looking at the coaches, just so we know, I guess there's only 2 vacancies right now: Commanders and the Seahawks.
So the question now will be, who will go to those 2?
I think Belichick should go to the Commanders, but I also think Belichick should retire because in April he'll be 72.
Yeah, Mike brought that. What about the gentleman from the Seahawks that they just let go? Did he get a job? I think didn't he get a job as a consultant or something like that? Or
Pete Carroll's up there. Pete Carroll's up
Carroll,
there in age as well. Yeah, he's up there in age too. But
I think he's going to take a step back. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to head. I think he got picked up on another team there as far as that goes. Yeah.
Who, Pete Carroll?
Yes.
Who picked him
Not
up?
as a head coach, but as a coordinator.
They're going to keep
I'm gonna
him
look
within
that
the
up.
same
I'm gonna look that up.
organization.
Yeah.
That's all that is. I think that's a kind way of keeping him because he is such an uplifting spirit in it. And he is probably one of the most vibrant 70-year-olds that I've ever
Pete
seen.
Carroll
But
is yes. Pete Carroll is yes. Yes.
Yeah,
he's
he-
energetic.
yeah, and believe it or not, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. But he's deemed by many older women as a very good-looking man. That's a nice way.
Well,
to say it.
there's one individual who wants to see him do something. He wants him to return to USC, and that's Snoop Dogg.
Right.
But it doesn't say where lasting legacy. I don't think he's probably weighing out his. And he could very well go to college, back to college football, and have an impact there.
That would be good. I don't know why he would, but that would be.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would. Let's like going backwards.
Are we going to wrap this up?
We can, sure. I'm good. If y'all got anything, if y'all don't have anything else, good.
I think we covered everything. What do you think, Brian? Do you have anything you want to share?
Yeah, everything's good. Just looking forward to the games and see what the outcome is.
Yeah.
And then plus I have to do laundry and pack up because I'll be out of town for the week for work.
What are you doing this week?
We're opening up one of our locations
Mm-hmm.
near the Austin, Texas area.
Yeah.
And so we're setting them up so that way they can open up shop at least before the summer hits, or at least by March or April, hopefully.
Do you enjoy that kind of work when you do it?
Yeah. I mean, just going out, seeing different towns, and then just kind of, helping out, because I know there's going to be a lot of new people there. So it's like I could help out doing what I do because we're going to be having our Dallas people out there, our San Antonio locations. They're going to be out there helping out as well. So it's going to be a busy week, but it's going to be fun. And plus, my coworker is coming with me. I mean, like he and I work very well together because he does inventory. I do shipping and receiving. So we kind of go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm receiving the stuff. He's going to be checking them in to validate. And then we got somebody else to go put up to stock up the shelves and stuff like that.
A question for the room.
Yes.
After the game, especially the first game, is anybody going to go up and give highlights, insights, words of wisdom, inspiration after the game? Or will you be available, anybody?
I might be.
You might be. Okay. Maybe I'll just message you guys because the first game
I'll be sitting right here, watching the game. So
the first game is a 3 though, right?
Oh, we got snow. Huh.
Yeah, but the first game, the 3, the other one, they're not too late, so we might be able to do one.
Yeah, so if we could do that, maybe even after the first one, even if we were on for 10, 15 minutes, which has never happened.
Never.
But
No, that's not going to happen.
Never.
Oh, thank you, Ted. You're very kind. Thank you very much. And you know what I'm most happy about this week of all the things I've seen? Tony's feeling better. Tony, it was awful last week.
I was hurting last week, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I could feel the pain. Both me and Michael. Oh my God.
No, I felt so bad for you. I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Post game, they go Ted trying to schedule stuff.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
How about you show up?
Post game show at 6.
Ted,
are you going to be there? Why don't you run it, Ted? See how we flipped that?
I can hear Ted already.
All right. Yeah.
I can hear Ted already. Gentlemen, I'm good if you're good, honestly.
I'm so good. So
So
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the room, and
I
I'm
like
excited.
expressing my gratitude towards you guys.
oh,
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Can we do a last prediction thing score? Can we do that? That would take no. I think the first game. Why are you doing a thing with your eyes? No, I'm being
Every
honest.
time you ask, that's how I know when you want something. You repeatedly, can we do this? Can we do that? Nobody gives scores but you. We can't. I was actually thinking, I'm trying to go 28-24.
I'll be right back, guys.
Sure.
Go ahead. I can't do that because of interceptions. I see a lot of interceptions, a lot of low score games.
I say
over-unders. I want to put the over-unders at like 35 on both games max.
Mhm.
I want to, but I can't even properly. They get tight right about now.
Yeah. So the first game though is who? It's the Lions and the 49ers. They're first, right?
I'm looking now. Damn it, Mike. I'm looking now. Hold on.
Hold on.
Jesus.
I think they are. I think they are.
Chiefs
So
Ravens is first.
what's that?
You got a way of queuing people up to say what you want them to say, even though you already know the answer. See, I deal with people on social media. That's how I know what you're doing. You're not slick. The game you said is second. That's the one that comes on at 6:30. And the other one comes on at 3. So now you know.
Oh, does it really? Oh,
Yes,
that's good.
yes.
Oh,
Same
that's good.
time zone. Yeah, even though
Yeah,
we're
yeah. Oh, okay. So, and what team are you thinking is going to win on that and
we
the
already answered
score?
that. We answered that at the beginning.
Yeah,
Last
you
time.
didn't. You said some 30 and 28, and then you said football, and you said punt and something, and
You went
I
to
don't know.
practice. I got you, though. I got you.
Okay.
I got
I think in the first game it's going to be close, within a field goal, and it's going to be over 30 points for the winner.
you.
That's what I think. How about you, Brian? With your smirky
10-point deficit on both games.
okay, for who?
Well, I mean, Detroit probably might win by 10, and Baltimore might win by 10.
Detroit's going to win by 10. That is going to be one happy
Over
Detroit.
49ers?
Woo! That would be the
that's
upset.
bold right there.
That's
Wow.
bold, brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to snippet that sucker. All right.
We're going to see. We're going to see.
And the
ladies
other
and
team
gentlemen,
and the other winner is in the other game.
Baltimore.
This
Detroit
is
and Baltimore.
Instagram.
Those
This
are my
is,
picks.
is
Detroit
his
and Baltimore.
Instagram on? That's all I want to know. Is Mike Instagram on? Did he turn it off already?
Go ahead. Keep going.
I can tell. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-Man Rich from the Morning Coffee on Twitch, Monday to Friday, 05:30 or 06 a.m. Eastern Daylight
Thank you,
Time.
Tony.
Michael George Bathurst. Just put Michael Bathurst in. He's on Facebook, Twitter,
Yes.
Twitch, YouTube. He's all over the place like I am. He comes on randomly like I do. You got my man Brian over there.
Lions by 3.
Is it Thailander _ Cataskull or Thailander TS? Which one? He's on Snapchat, damn it. Y'all find Brian. He's somewhere. He's up here with me a lot. He's up here with Ted a lot too. He's also sometimes up there with Glick and them every now and then. I catch
Yes.
that. Glick did want us to come on last night. I went to go see that Godzilla -1. I'm gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about that later.
I
Tina, thank you for coming
I
through.
liked your music show the other day, Tony. Well
I
done.
appreciate it. I kind of just threw that together. I appreciate it. I do appreciate you popping up in there. Just want to try and do a little something, but the song said everything I needed to say. Tina, thank you for coming through. Ted, thank you for coming through. Carmen, thank you for coming through. Helen, thank you for coming through. Who else do we have in here? I think that was everybody. Gentlemen, we should be seeing each other up here.
Did I just hear a cat? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
We should be seeing each other up here tonight. Appreciate y'all again. We want to try to send this over to Rumble. Thank you all. Catch y'all again soon. All right.